There you go.
There you
Now,
go. Good to
now,
see you.
yeah, it's
Good to see
true.
you.
You were standing on the edge, and now you're alive.
And now I'm alive, right? More
Ex-
alive than I was standing on the. I didn't fall over the edge, at least. Not yet.
exactly. So it's a
Yeah.
wonderful album. It's one of
Oh,
those that
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
leaves you wanting more. And I wanted to get in early because I know next week's your birthday, um,
Mm,
and it's a
mm.
big one.
Oh shit! Do we
And
have to bring it up?
it's also I didn't realise you're born on the same day as Paul Stanley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And old George Burns, who used to smoke all those cigars.
Ah,
And
okay.
ironically, the same birthday as Tracy Guns from LA Guns, same birthday as um, the drummer from Survivor, because we used to work together.
Oh, cool.
So
Well,
it was good
I was
times out there.
I was born 10 days later on the not the same year, but 10 days later on the same day as Steve Marriott, which is
Ah,
so
dude.
Steve
Did you ever
Marriott.
have the chance to see him live?
I did, yes, in a very small pub.
Ah,
2 years before he died,
oh
sadly.
God.
Yeah, he was just playing. It's the one time I've been completely awestruck because I loved the Small Faces, loved
Awesome. Oh
Humble
yes.
Pie,
Oh
absolutely fantastic. And
yeah.
to actually be in a pub that was like twice the size of your living room.
And how was he? Was he
No, it was fantastic, absolutely
awesome?
fantastic. He was with Packet of Three, I think, at that time, and
Right.
he
I saw him with that too. Yeah.
yeah, and he just halfway they had a break halfway through. He walked up to the bar, stood right next to me, just smiled, and he was in those days you could still smoke cigarettes, so he's having a bit of a smoke and a pint.
Unfortunately, he fell asleep smoking. Unfortunately, that's what
Yeah,
happened.
but it's a
God.
big milestone for you. I guess there's no way getting
my,
getting around it.
my wife says, "How are we going to do this?" And I went, "We're not doing it." She goes, "We have to do something. We got to do something." And I went, "No, we don't. We're going to let this roll right on by." She goes, "That's just not going to fly. It's just not going to
Yeah,
fly." And I went, "Yeah,
it's
well,
it's just another year, isn't it? When you get to our age.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I dwell on it too much, I might get really depressed. So I'm just gonna. I'm probably if I sleep through it, it's probably the best thing to do. Have a couple of
Yeah,
drinks. Have a couple of
yeah,
drinks. And go, good night, Irene.
yeah. Well, it's like New Year, isn't it? When you get to a certain age, it's you don't have to see New Year in anymore. So
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I have to remember that. Yeah, you don't have to. You just
but
don't have to.
but the remarkable thing about it is, I mean, you're in the form of your life. Your voice is wonderful, and
Oh,
it just
thanks.
it just shows that for some people, the voice stays there and maybe even gets better, and for others, it
Yeah,
it
I
just departs.
I feel relaxed. I feel alive. I feel I have a lot to do, and maybe that's what keeps me going.
Yeah,
I, you know, sort of my generation in the past. It was all over. It's
yeah,
different. It's different now. It's a different mindset. It's good to be alive, and I keep saying that, but it just is. It just
yeah.
is. I have a great wife. I have a great family. I've got two great boys around me, and I complain like shit. I can bitch like hell if I want to, but it gets me nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I had a blast doing this record. Had a
Mm.
blast doing the Black Swan stuff. There's going to be another Black Swan one,
Well,
and
that's
and
good. I mean, that was one of the things, obviously, we were going to ask. I mean, that made our list of top albums of last year.
thank you,
I
thank you.
I don't know. I actually think I know that the first Black Swan album was one of your favorites that
Yeah,
you've been
yeah, it was
involved
it
in.
was it was the best, and I didn't think we could even think about topping it, but I
I
think
think
we
you
did.
did. I
I
do.
think
Yeah.
I think we did. We got into it, and we didn't give it too much thought. And Reb was laughing, and he goes, "What are we supposed to do now?" And I'm going, "We're just going to write. Just going to write songs, and we're going to decide if we like them or not, and we'll put them all together, and then we'll decide even again if we like them or not." And one day he called me, and he goes, it's better than the last one. I think it is. He was so serious and so profound. And he goes, I'm actually out with Winger, and I'm actually, you're gonna kill me, dude, but I'm playing it to everybody, and they're going, fuck, dude, this is great.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a wonderful record, and still playing it. Um, I guess I've only managed to come up with, apart from that big anniversary, I've only managed to come up with one more anniversary for us, and that's the 40th anniversary of Samurai.
Whoa. You
Cast your
know,
mind, mate.
yeah, you know, I'd started working with Phil and Mick last year because I co-wrote a song on Standing on the Edge with Phil. And then the conversation came up about lots of people wanting to know if we would ever write a new Grand Prix record. And then there was a lot of interest coming in, and we started writing. And I think we wrote 2, 3 brand new songs, and everybody's going, this is great. Let's finish this. And then we never took it any further because everybody got busy throughout the summer. Phil was crazy with Uriah Heep. Mick, I'm not sure what he was crazy. I think he was just crazy. And we just let it sit. Didn't do much more with it. And maybe we'll resurrect that at some point. Be ashamed not. Be ashamed not to.
It would. I mean, that's enough for an EP. Stick an EP
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
See
Yeah.
how
So
it goes.
we have somewhere to start. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's great. One of the first bands I saw live supporting Maiden all those
Oh my
years ago.
God. Oh my God.
That was.
I just received a double. Actually, it might be a whole CD box from Australia from Andrew McNeese.
Okay.
A whole bunch of songs that I actually wrote with Jesse Harms when I was writing When I'm Gone for Macaulay Schenker.
Really?
And suddenly he goes, hey, I was talking to Jesse. I'm going to send you a box set. And he said, you have like 6 songs on here. Do you remember? And I'm going, really? And he just sent me this box set. And I'm going, huh, I completely forgot all about it. I hadn't heard them in 30 years, I guess. And it's wonderful. It's great. And I think Escape Music in the UK has released it or something.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to give him a call. He's not sent me
And
that one.
yeah, and I'm going, huh, who knew? There's a
Yeah.
bunch of Sammy Hagar songs on there, a bunch of different people, because Jesse
Yeah.
was Sammy's keyboard player,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
I saw the release. I just didn't realize that you were on
yeah,
that.
and I'm going, wow. And there is the original written version of When I'm Gone before it went into production in the studio, and it's pretty much the same. It's just mostly piano and me and
Yeah.
Jesse doing our stuff.
Nice,
So you
nice.
just never know, do you?
Yeah,
Just
you don't. You don't. No, you never know where all that stuff. I mean, do you keep a lot of your old stuff? Have
oh
you like got an
man,
archive
if
in
you
a
went
box?
into my garage, there's like boxes, storage boxes of like cassette tapes. They're probably all dead, could never be played. They're pretty dry, but I don't know if you could. I think I have the original half-inch tapes, master tapes of all of the early Macaulay Schenker Group stuff. And
Oh
I
wow.
think if you touched it, it would just be great. I think you can. I think you can. They have to go into an oven or something, and
Yeah, yeah. You can bake them, can't you?
you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
bake
That's
them or
right.
something. I don't know if it would ever get to that stage. I think they're beyond baking. I think the
Yeah.
ingredients.
Don't try it at home, Robin.
I think, yeah. As they say in Ireland, I think the ass fell out of that bucket a long time.
Well, yeah. Well, let's get on to talking about the new album. But first, you had a nice little trip. I was looking at your pictures from Mexico.
Yes, I was there. We went in Monday, did the show Tuesday, was back very late Wednesday night because we had major flight delays because of the California rains and across the
Yeah.
country. And it was a corporate show. I got to work with Phil Suzanne. There was wrote Bark of the Moon with Ozzy, Andrew Freeman, Paul Shortino, Brent Fitz that works with Todd Kearns. Oh my God.
To some of the guys from the Rock Vault.
Yes, most of the guys from the Rock Vault, yeah. And
Yeah.
Chris Billy was playing guitar from Hell Yeah. And it was a blast. We did a corporate show, in and out, and ate well. Some of the guys drank too much, but
Well,
You know
we've got
those
to we've
rockers.
got to.
You know those rockers when you give them something for free. Yeah,
We've got
and
to.
yeah, it was great. It was great. And then I'm also part of another thing that I was in Bolivia with right before Christmas called Icons of Rock. Paul Sortino is in there too. Dave Bickler from Survivor is in there. Alex Lidgerwood that sang with the early Santana actually sang Black Magic Woman and
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
unbelievable, unbelievable. So I was invited. Dave got sick. I was invited to sing a bunch of Survivor songs that I haven't sang in years. So I have to sit on the plane, relearning all of this stuff, and hit the ground running. And it was an absolute blast. And they went, "You want to stay?"
Oh wow!
So
It
yeah,
always amazes me how you got the capacity to learn that many songs in such a short space of time. I
I do
know.
have. I have good recall. You know what I do? I learn them. I learn them. I listen. I listen. I listen, and then I write it down. And I have photographic memory. So I feel if I write, if I have the lyrics in front of me reading them, I hardly ever remember them. So I rewrite everything. And so when I'm singing it, I can actually see my handwriting and I can see me writing line after line. It's amazing.
So, as long as you got neat
I know I can't
handwriting,
do
you
that.
do.
I can't do that on a check. I always forget how much is it.
So Alive, I've got some favourites on there. So I
Okay.
deliberately avoided trying to find out what the single was going to be. But let me tell you, I love Bless Me Father.
Ah, a lot of
That's a
people are sort of elevating that way and wanting to know it's a great track. I
yeah,
actually thought that might be a single. They didn't pick it as a single, maybe because of the content.
yeah.
It's really a going inside your own head and fighting your own demons and going, I know I fucked up,
Yeah.
and I promise I'll never do it again. And then you get kind of a semi-decent night's sleep and you wake up and you do the whole thing again. And that's
Yeah.
really what it is.
That's why I
I'm
loved
so,
it.
yeah, I'm so
It's
sorry I did that. I didn't
it's
mean to.
a great refrain as well. I mean, there's some interesting ones on there as well. I mean, there was a bit of a disco vibe to Feels Like Hell.
When I started to write that, I thought of it more of and I haven't said this to anybody else, but I actually thought of it more like a Susie and the Banshees.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I thought of it more. I was thinking that way, and man,
yeah,
I went. The music's heavy, and I wanted the melody to have an almost with that because I doubled myself. I sing,
yeah.
I sing a top harmony, and I wanted to keep that all the way through, but I wanted a tonality that was a little pop punk almost,
Mm,
and that's what I wanted to achieve with that. And it's really the whole song is. There's a video out with that today too, by the way.
Oh wow, okay. We'll
It's
get that
like
out
a
there.
mini movie, and it's a fight with your alter ego. That's basically what the whole song is about. You
Yeah.
go with your gut, and your gut gives you the finger and goes, "Don't listen to me, dude. Don't
Let,
listen to me."
let's have a look at a few more as well. The Endless Miles, great song.
Oh, yeah,
I love that.
that was also picked as a potential single. That really just that happened in the song on the day I was writing it. I was watching the wonderful news that is always so positive, and I saw all of these people walking out of Kiev to the
Mm,
Polish border, and I went, man, isn't life just? There's another. We just had a pandemic. Now we got this
yeah,
asshole in the Ukraine, and I saw all of these families just walking, and I just thought, oh my God, isn't it just like the endless mile? But I was thinking positive because they
yeah.
will come back. They will come
They'll
back,
get
and
them.
that's really where that whole idea came from. Yeah,
Mm.
not
It's
that
a
it was
great.
not that it was
It's a great.
my token tribute to the Ukraine because everybody seems to
Yeah,
latch onto that sort of. I didn't want to go down that road either, but it was just a heartfelt thing of, and it's not just there's so many people that are dislodged in right currently as we speak in
all around the
different
world. Yeah,
around the
yeah.
world, and I
Mm.
went, oh dear God, why? So that's
No,
yeah. Thank you. I think it's a great track too. Thank
we're
you.
pretty lucky where we are, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, amen to that.
And what was the other one? The other one I noted down that I can't stop playing is Stronger Than Before, which
Ah,
I love that one as well. I love the refrain on that one. I think
thank
it's
you. That almost didn't make it. Alessandro was going, I don't know if this is good enough. And I went, no, this needs to go on there. It's
mm,
cool, has a great melody to it. It's very strong. And
yeah.
the guys up in Sweden were going, thanks for saving that song, man.
And the rest are just like crankingly great rockers. I mean, Dead as a Bone and Alive
You know,
are
right?
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, they're a wonderful way to open the album. But
Yeah, yeah. When it came up, I sort of when I it early on that came out, it was written early on, and I went, oh, this could be the one I want to keep as the opener and as the title. And then as I was carrying on, I conjured up the lyrics for everything else to sort of stay in that sort of mode of thinking, and with that came the artwork and all of that sort of stuff to feel it, you know. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it.
yeah, it's a great album. I think better than Standing on the Edge. So
Yeah, no,
you've
I know it's definitely a
yeah
we have moved forward. We've moved
you've
out of
you
that.
so we've topped the solo album. We've topped the Black Swan album. Um, we've got an upcoming EP from. I'm going to say this
Yeah.
just in case. We've got an upcoming EP from one of your previous bands, Grand Prix. What's next?
Oh, and then my birthday.
Yeah, so let's look back on a wonderful career. I mean, give us some of the highlights. I mean, you've always got a funny story for me whenever we talk. I think last time we spoke, it was the Christmas hair,
Oh, jeez.
the big
That
hair and
was
the
Easter.
candles.
That was Easter. That was
Easter, that was
Easter.
right. Yeah,
Well, not a fun, it's a serious story, but you know, throughout pandemic, my wife got her nursing license. She's wanted that for as long as we've been together. So not only do I hit a milestone birthday, but we will also celebrate 30 years of marriage. So that's a
wow.
huge milestone in this business at any rate.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm really grateful for that. I did some great touring with Schenker in the middle of the year into the festivals, which were really awesome. And I don't have a great story. I'm in a happy place, I
yeah.
suppose, to stay positive. And I don't know, I don't know if I have another 70 years, but I'll take what comes. I'll take what comes. It's all good. We lost some great people along the way.
Oh, we
Uh,
did. I mean, I was gutted when I read about Jeff Beck the other day. It just
and then
makes you
Jeff,
remember. I
yeah,
mean,
and then you
yeah, I remember
and
being
even
kid.
Lisa Marie Presley yesterday. You know,
Yes, yeah, yeah. All too
I got to live
soon.
in her house for a whole year.
Did she know about it?
Well, she was leasing it, so I'm sure she got the money, but she needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't know it till I had actually signed the lease. And go, yeah, this is Lisa Marie Presley's house. Tragic, 54, for God's
Yeah.
sake.
Wow.
You know.
It is crazy. I remember the first time I met Jeff Beck. It was back. I was waiting by the backstage door of the place he'd been playing, and you could tell he was upset because someone had asked him to play High Ho Silver Lining, which of course
Mm,
he never did. Well, never did. Um,
yes,
in his
that's
later
right.
years when he got serious. And yeah, I just remember I was a little kid. Just remember him telling me to piss off. Next time I met him. He was outside another back door, and he gave me a guitar pick. I was absolutely
Oh, he remembered, you see.
yeah. And then the third time I met him, I got to chat to him for almost half an hour. So it was
There won't be another. I mean, we say that about everybody, but there
yeah.
just won't be another. It's
No,
just,
there's
it was, it
not a
was,
good.
it was a different level, a different sound, a different technique, a whole
Mm,
thing that was only Jeff Beck, only Jeff
yeah.
Beck.
And when you look at, I mean, the Yardbirds, the Jeff Beck group, it
You know how, the first time I heard him wasn't, if it was the Yardbirds, I don't remember, but what I do remember was he was the guitar player on a Rod Stewart project called Python Lead Jackson in a Broken
Yes.
Dream.
Yeah.
And that was when I went, oh my God, I just love that, what he's playing there. And then I started getting into Jeff Beck, and I started listening to more. And, you know, in recent years, I love the stuff that Beth Hart did with him.
Yeah.
She's like such a powerhouse. And the compliment of what he was playing against her power vocals, I just loved that whole stuff too.
Yeah.
And maybe all of that stuff will resurface. And, you know, people were saying yesterday, oh my God, we've lost such a great. And I said, we lost him in the flesh, but he's going to be here for as long as we live, and then beyond that, because his legacy is just too huge.
Yeah, and the influence incredible.
It will carry on infinitum. It just will.
Any touring this year?
I think potentially some MSG stuff, maybe even some MSG recording under whatever. The Frontiers label have decided that they will bring back their festival in Milan. And we will be bringing Alive and Standing on the Edge, and possibly some Black Swan up onto the live stage.
Right, I've got to put that in the diary now.
Yeah, and yesterday I was actually talking yesterday to Johnny Gioli from Hardline and Ronnie Romero, and they were trying to decide how there's a whole, you know, when they do that sort of stuff, it's a bit like how they do the cruises, you know, they do a whole VIP thing where somebody from all the different bands come together and does something completely different. So, you know, I'm well known for wearing my Brian Johnson AC/DC hat and knocking out a couple of AC/DC tunes. That's when I go into my other my other self, and it's a blast, and it seems to haunt me, and I can't get away from it now. So we'll be coming up with all sorts of stuff in addition to doing our own show. So really looking forward to that one.
Oh, I'm gonna have to book some time off work.
You're gonna have to book some time off. Yeah. Somebody else asked me, and he goes, yeah, dude, but that's Milan. I don't need to go to Milan. I went, no, you need to go.
I think I've never been to Milan. I've only been to Rome, so it's my only experience of Italy. Yeah, I'll have to go there.
Oh my God, no, there's so much more. Florence, you have to go to Florence.
I've got to get back to Europe. Before we go, for the radio show, would you be able to introduce us a song from the album?
Of course. What do you want?
I'll leave it up to you.
Well, let's push the new single since it's out today.
Yes, let's do that.
And let's do that. And
so
you tell me
you're listening.
Well, how do you want me to introduce the show? The Rock Pit?
You're listening to the Rock Pit.
Yeah. Let's do it that way. Hi, everyone. This is Robin McAuley, and you are listening and tuned in to the Rock Pit. And today I have a brand new release from my forthcoming Alive album on Frontiers SRL. New single up on YouTube on all media platforms. Feel like hell. It's Friday the 13th. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. It's always an absolute pleasure to speak to you. I should be raising a glass to you next Friday.
If you're not, I'll be disappointed. I might raise a glass.
I can't at the moment. You can't toast with water, so
it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, though.
It has. Well, thank you so much for another wonderful.
Thank you. I love talking to you. It's great. It's great.
It's brilliant. Yep.
Stay well. Okay. Stay well.
You too, my friend. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Catch you again soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.